This video is brought to you by Miniature Market. Thousands of board games, miniatures, and paints, discount prices at miniaturemarket.com. Hi everybody, welcome to Painting 101. Well, this is one that I get asked all the time, is about priming stuff. Now down here in Florida we usually deal with a lot of humidity, so the hot weather really has an effect on how we prime stuff. I always prime outdoors, even when it's very, very, very hot. The thing and the key is I try to get it into my garage where it is a lot cooler so it'll dry. The humidity will give you a hard time. Now, as you can see, I have a sweatshirt on, so we're in the middle of winter, and it's about 40 degrees, 45 degrees. It's a little cold out here, but still, it's good priming weather. I don't have a problem priming in 40-degree weather. Ideal for me, at least the way I've always found it, is now to about 75, just under 80, as long as the humidity's down. That's the thing that kills you and takes forever to dry. The other thing that is a big problem is you go out and you buy a paint and you think you're doing yourself a favor by buying something like this, and I'm sorry there's white all over it, but it says paint and primer in one. Now my wife uses this to paint some of the metal work that we have, but if you try to use it on your plastics, you're going to find that that is going to take forever to dry, and you're going to have that sticky feel to it, because it's not only priming it, it's painting it, and it doesn't dry right, and then you have problems putting the other colors on. Now, what I tend to go for is I make sure that I find the Rust-Oleum that says in very big letters, primer. Or you can go and get the more expensive primers from Army Builder or Games Workshop. Those work perfectly. Now, if you want to save some money, these are usually about $3.99, $4.99 compared to $15. So I tend to use these, unless I'm working on a project that I really have to get done, where I'll take a specialized primer color where I can just coat it. But I will use only the highest quality of paint for that, and that's usually a GW type of primer, spray can, which always I've yet to have a problem with. Some people do, some people don't. So today what we're looking at, why don't we head over there and we'll take a look and I'll show you how this goes. Now another thing before we get there is wind. Watch how the wind is, okay? Because you don't want it blowing back in your face and breathing it in. Or if you have your animals outside, you don't want them getting and breathing this in. You don't want anybody breathing this in, to be honest with you. So I'm going to show you my little setup that I use outside. I also have a setup that I use for airbrush, but that's a box, but we're going to save that for another video. So let's head over and take a look. Here I have a leftover piece of board that I use, and it's, as you can see, it's been used quite a bit. You want to space out your figures a bit, and you really want to have some space in there so you can work around. See, you're going to spray around. Like I said, you want to make sure the wind's pretty good. Now, using different color primers do make a difference. Now, if you look here, these are black figures. Now, if anybody recognizes this, this is from Scythe. Now, even though those are black, okay, we're still going to prime them. And all we're going to do is just get a nice coat on there. And as you can see, I shook this up. And you can see we got a little bit of wind today. But look what I'm doing. I'm keeping about 6 inches away, and I'm spraying from one direction. Okay? And then I'm going to move to the side here. And I'm going to do the same thing, trying to get all the base and all the area that I'm trying to prime here. Now this is an almost dead can. And we're going to get another one here. Hold on. So, as you can see, we're going to making sure that we move against the wind here, making sure that we get these very, very well. Now we're going to wait for the wind to die down a little bit. It's a little breezy today, but I do need to get this done. As you can see, I just take an old Home Depot bucket, and I got that board on there, and I can bring that board into that screen house and keep it in a nice area because it's nice and cool out, and these will dry just fine. Now, people always ask, what's the difference between black and white primers, or even gray primers that I use sometimes? If I have a color that a figure like a chibi or something that's very bright colors, I want to use white because the colors are really going to stand out. But colors like black here, prime and black, you're looking to dull it and make it more lifelike. We have metal here, we have robots here that are going to be metal, so I want them to be primed black. And the reason for that is that the lead belcher or whatever type of silver I'm going to use as a base goes on so much easier. Now, as you can see, I'm struggling here because of some of the because we actually have a little bit of a breeze here today, but that's okay. We're going to make sure that we get all these. Now, instead of spraying against the breeze, all you do is just turn this around because you want to hit it from each angle. And if the wind's blowing this way, hey, no problem. So we're just gonna, as you can see, it's going with the wind, which is perfectly fine, and painting our board yet again another different color. And like I always say, all my boards are always changing colors because I'm always priming something. Now this is going to dry pretty quickly, okay? And that's because we got a good breeze going, so the breeze does help you. And it's really going to make a big difference because it's going to help us dry this quickly and get it to the board and nice and even and ready to paint. So pretty much that's how you do it. It's not a hard thing. There's a reason for everything. Just get yourself a good board, a good area with plenty of ventilation to prime away, and you'll find you'll have the first part ready and done. So there you have it. It's really an easy thing to do. Common sense, good ventilation, moving around the board, having an open area to do it in. If you're in an apartment complex, go down to the street level. As long as you have something that you can use, whether it's a piece of cardboard or whatever, make sure there's enough space in between each of the figures. You want about 3 inches on each side, and you're going to find that you're going to get this done very quick, and you're going to get those things in there, and you're going to begin your painting journey. So that's it for this week's Painting 101, and until next time, I'm Rob Warren, and we will see you soon.